Indie Authors Discussion is brought to you by Authors United Publishing. Are you ready to publish a book? Well, we can help. And Tim and I can help you get published and retain all copyrights and royalties. There are no hidden fees for what we offer. We publish, edit, proof, ghostwrite, and publish on paperback, hardback, Kindle, and Audible. We stay with the process until the final step is completed. We also narrate and would not be opposed to narrating your work. Our prices begin at $150, and for up to the maximum of $600, you get everything. So if you're ready, message us anytime and we can discuss what we can do for you. Now, here is Indie Authors Discussion with Tim, Lorie, and Elijah Simpson.
Okay, welcome back to the 9th episode of the Indie Authors Discussion Podcast.
And more.
Oh yeah, and more. Yes.
Wow, our 9th podcast.
Hey,
Where's
that's
the
my
time
age.
gone? It is. You are 9.
You're 9 years old.
Soon to be 10.
Yep.
And this is going to be a good one. You know, I've really enjoyed the interviews we've had from people all over the world.
Yes, that is amazing.
Yeah.
This week it's Elizabeth Liza
Yes.
from Kuwait.
She wrote a book called Caden's Adventure with Faith, and it is just, I'm so looking forward to interviewing her and find out the story behind that book. That sounds really good.
It does sound good. Can't wait to hear that. And next week we have somebody that's from Nigeria.
Yes, but he lives in California.
Right. And we've had people from Great Britain, Australia.
Oh.
Eli loves Australia.
And in the U.S.
Yeah,
And-
don't forget about the U.S.
No, we've had people right here. We've had even in Virginia.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So it's been a lot of fun. And we're only down to, 3 or 4 episodes before season's end.
Yes, 3 episodes left. This one and 2 more.
And we have the Noir series closing out next weekend.
It is so
And
exciting.
you have to listen to see what happens there.
We have a special Christmas play for Christmas Eve.
Christmas Eve, right? And then we got a very special ending episode. Eli's got a very special guest lined up to do the very last episode to interview.
Yes.
And
Yes.
we have I'm thinking of maybe putting all of the Noir series together and putting it on the podcast for the last show so people can listen to it in its entirety.
That is a great idea.
Yeah.
And then we'll break for a few months and then begin again on season 2.
Right.
So what have you thought about the podcast, doing the podcast so far?
It is so much fun. Just hanging out here with you guys, being silly, and meeting all the wonderful other authors out there. That's my favorite part.
Mine too. I enjoy that a lot.
Mine too.
Eli loves the interviews because he loves traveling and he loves to talk to people from other countries and other states, and so it's a lot of fun. And it'd be nice one day to maybe actually meet some of these authors.
It
face to
really
face.
would.
It's really cool. And it wouldn't be possible really without the internet. Because
Absolutely.
there's no way you could call Kuwait or anything like that. My gosh. I can remember when, 10 cents a minute just to call.
Johnson City from
Yeah.
Bristol.
For those that don't live here, that's just
Oh, sorry.
one little city away.
Yeah. Just down the road, really.
Yeah, it's just, so it used to cost just to call your next county or your next little city. Or,
Right.
it was 10 cents a minute. And then if you call like Chicago or New York, oh my gosh, it's 30, 40 cents a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Then you'd have to wait till after 6 because the rates were cheaper.
Right.
Then on the weekends, they were a little cheaper. It was crazy. And do you remember the long distance wars that went on?
Oh yes, MCI,
And Sprint,
AT&T.
Sprint, and then they would call you and offer you money to switch networks. And I used to play the network lottery. Sprint would come and say, "We'll give you $50 to switch over to us from AT&T," and then AT&T would call me as soon as I switched and say, "We'll give you $50." I said, "Well, Sprint gave me $50 already, to switch. We'll give you $75. Okay, I'll take $75. So they used to send us checks through the mail just to switch networks back in the old days, long before cell phones.
We are really telling our age, aren't we?
Yeah. But my point is that it's neat how the internet has brought everything so much closer, and you can talk to people all over the world now. You can just use like Facebook calling.
Yeah.
Because everybody has Facebook now, and so you can call people all over the world, and it doesn't cost anything. That is amazing to me. Of course, people like you, Eli, you grew up with this. So
right.
This is normal life, but for us, it's amazing, and we've really enjoyed being able to talk to people. So it's a lot of fun.
Do you want to know a fun fact?
Sure.
Back in 2014, the most popular device,
Uh-huh.
one of them was the iPod and the iPod Touch.
Really?
Yeah. And most kids would have the iPod, but if their parents had more money, they would get the iPod Touch. It's like a phone, but without the ability to call, or as how Steve Jobs said it was, the phone without the phone. Or maybe Tim Cook said that.
Oh, okay. That's cool. In case most of you don't know, Eli is a virtual encyclopedia of technology now. It's all he talks about, computers and phones, but he's probably going to do maybe do an Eli moment on some of the devices that he likes so good. That would be neat.
Yes. Ooh, I already have an idea.
There you go. Jot them ideas down. Okay, so I guess we get on with the show. Thanks to everyone for listening.
Welcome back to Eli's Moment, and today we are interviewing the actress that plays Minnie from the Noir series. So, can you tell a little bit about yourself?
Well, I just want to say I am so thankful to be here with you, Elijah. You are a cutie, just like my boyfriend in Noir. His name is Rat.
Are you using Minnie's voice?
What?
Are you using Minnie's voice?
This is my real voice.
Okay.
What's wrong with my voice?
I said no if you're using it because of
It's the only voice I got.
Okay. I thought that you're actually using a different voice for to play Minnie.
No.
Okay.
It's my voice. This is my real voice. Is that your real voice?
No.
It's not? What is your real voice? I don't understand.
Me either.
Anyway, you remind me of my boyfriend that plays Rat.
Okay, so then who's your boyfriend then? If
In the play, it's Rat.
Oh.
But in real life, his name is Frederick St. John.
Okay.
I call him Freddie. He calls me JoJo.
Okay. So how's it like being the actress for Minnie, playing Minnie in the Noir series?
Oh my goodness, it is so much fun. I love playing Minnie. I have met so many wonderful people in the play, and it is so well written.
Okay, so what's your thoughts about the Noir series?
It is so exciting. You never know what's going to happen. I have a big part coming up, or really, Minnie does, and it's just so much fun to play her. She's just crazy, and that's so unlike me.
Okay, so I was also playing the kid, if you know who the kid is.
Was it you?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yep.
Well, you do a good job as the kid.
Okay. So I guess that could be it for the interview. I know it was a short interview, but now let's get back to whatever's happening up next. And maybe next time I'll be talking about saying something and or not even doing anything. I may just be trying to solve a Rubik's Cube. Or maybe
Eli.
Yes.
I can sing.
Okay.
What would you like me to sing?
I have no idea.
You want me to sing a Christmas song?
Okay.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way. How was that?
Good.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for having me on your Eli's Moment.
Okay, guys. So I guess see you next time.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way.
Noir by Tim Simpson. Performed by Lorie Simpson, Elijah Simpson, and Tim Simpson.
Linda, it's such a lovely night. The moon is shining bright. I really think you might come out, my Linda. I always thought you.
Detective Roger York stumbled upon the hideout of Biggie Smalls. He was searching for a man who goes by the name of Smokey. The nickname derives from the fact that Smokey likes to set fires and occasionally blow stuff up. He is good at his craft. Better yet, for the mob, he works cheaply and knows how to keep his mouth shut.
Biggie, get numbers and scram. I'm sure this cop's not alone.
What? Oh yeah, sure. But what about you? Will you be all right? Hey, what about me? You don't care about me?
This is the end of the road for us, doll. Now, be quiet. Biggie, go. We'll stall them.
Nobody move. We have all you surrounded. Oh no, there's more of them.
Relax. Listen, cop. If you don't keep your yap shut, we'll plug you. Got me?
I hear you. But if you turn yourself in, you'll probably be doing both of you a favor. Unless you want to end up dead in this rotting place. Hey, I live upstairs here. Last chance. What are we gonna do?
We give up.
Are you crazy?
They're cops. This isn't about them. If it goes south, we kill a cop. They'll never stop until we're pushing up daisies. Now give this cop here your gun. Biggie should have had enough time to get away by now.
Fine, here. You're clever, miss.
Yeah, but now there's no way to keep Biggie under control.
What do you mean by that? Well, smart guy, she means that since she's not with Biggie, he's liable to do anything now. She was his only conscience. Without her, he's a loose cannon. Well, that may be, but neither of you is going free. Come on in, boys. They gave themselves up. Hey, wait a minute, you ain't no cop.
What are you doing here, Dylan?
Funny you should ask, Lorraine. I was tracking old Biggie. His wife wants her alimony payment, and surprise, surprise, no one could find him. But I know where he likes to hide out.
You followed me, didn't you? I knew the other night it was a mistake.
Oh, come on, Da. Don't be like that. Say, where's that run at anyway?
You know Biggie as well as I do, Dylan. You know he won't stop until he finishes what he set out to do.
Oh yeah, and what's that?
Whatever his new boss tells him.
Dylan Shepard is the local PI. He was once a cop. In fact, he was a detective. He left because of the corruption that had begun seeping its way into the department. He wanted to go on his own. And in doing so, he made his presence known in the underworld. Although he has very little dealings with the mob, that's not to say he doesn't cross paths with them from time to time. He works with a solid crew and has an office downtown, not far from Manny's building. While he and Raja were wrapping things up with Lorraine, Carl and Beth found themselves in another situation that they were not prepared for. Hey, look up there!
Is that the Rat and Minnie climbing down the fire escape?
Yeah, I think so. Let's get back to the car.
So I'm guessing the guy that went in behind Minnie is not a friend. Come on, Carl. Let's drive over there and pick him up.
What? Are you serious? Why?
It's obvious.
What's obvious?
With everything going on, you don't think that... Look up there. He's shooting from that window. Now drive.
Okay, fine. But I'll never forgive you if you get me killed.
Get in.
What? I don't know you, you mooks.
It's all right. I do. Hurry, Carl, go!
Floor it, Carl.
I am. Who's that, Rat? That was Tony. He's working for Smalls, or I guess.
I guess the word's out now.
They're going to kill everyone that knows anything about this situation. Yeah, what situation?
Come on, Carl. Everyone knows Biggie has fallen off his rocker. He wants everyone involved dead.
Hey, how are we involved?
Are you kidding? How are we not involved?
Oh, right. Well, you know, Beth, I have been thinking.
It's not a good thing for you to try, Carl, especially now.
I like her.
Oh, ha. Anyway, like I said, I've been thinking about us.
Yeah, so have I.
Oh, yeah? Really? Like what?
Well, I was reading in the paper about a man running around New York knocking off criminals. The press there is calling him the Jaguar. I think we should check it out. What were you thinking?
Well, I wasn't thinking about the Jaguar. I was thinking if we make it through this alive, well, maybe we should get married. Congratulations, Carl!
Are you crazy, Carl? There's no congratulations. We're not getting married.
Oh, that's a shame. Why not?
Why not? Do you really need reasons?
Well, it would help.
Well, for one thing, Carl, you are completely shiftless.
Well, I can't help that. It's a standard transmission.
Not your car, Carl. See, that's exactly what I'm talking about.
I know what you mean, Toots.
Hey, what's that supposed to mean?
There, right there. There's no such word as that. It's that, you mook.
Hey, don't you mook me. Okay, everyone. Just calm down. I think we're safe. No one seems to be following us. We need to get the two of you to the police station.
So what do you think, Carl?
No, I don't want to marry you now.
No, about New York. What do you think about going to New York? Sheesh.
Dykes will never go for it.
Are you kidding? This is the story of the century.
Oh yeah, I thought we were working on the story of the century.
Well, this story might just be the story of the year.
So we're going to get killed for a story of the year now.
Carl, you should be thrilled that I'm even asking you to go.
Okay, fine. If we survive this, we will ask.
Good. That is all I ask.
Can I go too?
Hey!
Oh, sorry, Pumpkin Face. Can we go too?
I'll think about it.
Great! We already have our stuff packed.
Oh, brother. Let's get to the station without anyone else talking. At that moment, I found myself staring at the lifeless body of Officer Monroe. How could you let someone walk in and shoot a witness? He was right here in the cell. We had him. He was ready to spill everything. Who was on duty when this happened? Well, I believe it was Officer Danforth. But look, Jack, with most of our men out looking for Smalls and working the attempt on Manfred Van Johnson's life and the whole thing with the Swing and Tell Club and all, well, we're stretched to our limits and we still haven't heard from your partner yet. All right, Captain. Roger is chasing down a lead to the bombings. It's no secret that Captain Benjamin Harrison, no relation to the President, is on Manny's payroll. But overall, he lets us do our job uninhibited. Well, unless we really start stepping on Manny's toes. Which I have a feeling that's going to happen very soon. Bombings, as in plural? There was more bombings? Yeah, Small's joint was hit also.
Jack, look!
Roger! Where were you? We were just talking about you. Who's that? Her name's Lorraine, and I believe you know Swartz here. Yeah, Smallface. Hey! So you're Lorraine. Well, your boss isn't very happy with you.
So what's new? He's never happy.
What happened, Raj?
Detective Yor charged in with guns blazing, and this other guy, Dylan, showed up.
You took the kid with you? And what was Shepard doing there? Shepard was looking for Biggie's ex-wife or something. And the kid here knew where Smokey lived. And be quiet, kid. None of it happened like that. I'm impressed, Raj. Where's Dylan now? He went after Biggie. After I arrested these two, we went looking for Smalls, but he snuck out the back. Who's helping Smalls, Lorraine?
Look, Cop, I don't know anything. I owed Biggie a favor, and now it's paid.
I don't know if either of you knows this yet, but there's 3 officers were killed tonight. And if we link the 2 of you to that, well, not even Van Johnson will be able to save you from the law. Are you threatening us, Johnny Law? No threat at all, Smallface. I'm giving you a friendly warning. If the 2 of you were involved, this whole city will lynch the pair of you.
Look, Manson, we weren't trying to kill any cops. This isn't your fault. But if some were killed, we had nothing to do with it.
And who did?
Biggie's working for someone powerful.
Even more powerful than Van Johnson?
Yeah, Biggie wouldn't give me his name. All I know is he has money to burn on this little vendetta of his. He bought away most of Lip's men and some of Manny's. The ones he couldn't, well, you saw what happened at the card game.
Yeah, I saw it all right. Hiya, Jackson. You better hide these 2. They sent Fat Tony and Bug Eyes after them tonight. Carl, are you involved also? Carl and Beth, I told the 2 of you to stay out of trouble.
Hey, listen, Copper. These 2 mooks saved our lives.
Oh, brother. Well, Lorraine, it looks like you have a lot more talking to do tonight.
Detective Manson, I'll give you a friendly warning. You had better be careful, because the big man won't stop with Manny and Lips. That much I know.
Thanks, Lorraine, but... Detective Manson, we just received word Manny left the hospital. What? I thought I told you to have some guards in his room and not to leave him alone. I ordered it, Jack. Captain Harrison? Why? What do you think? We need all available men looking for Smalls, of course. Well, you won't have to worry about that. We'll be the first to find him.
I might know where he's going.
Lorraine, don't!
When I go back to my old hometown, I always ask for my pal. What happened?
Ma, hurry. Get your bags packed. We need to go now. They're after... hey, Mr. Van Johnson, what are you doing here? Just enjoying this cigar. Drinking a little of this cheap whiskey I found in your cupboard. But how did I find you? That was easy. I just asked the right people. Where's Numbers hiding? I don't know. I swear. All right, then. We'll play it that way. Tell me, Smalls, who's pulling your strings? Strings? What strings? Whoa, what's taking the boss so long? Be quiet, Shaky. He said to wait until he gets his mother. He's only been in there a minute, so we will wait. What's shaking, Numbers? Dylan, what are you doing here? Don't touch that heater under your arm, Shaky. I got my boy Max on the other side of this car. It's hard to see him through the window with it being dark out here and all. So tell me, Numbers, is Biggie inside? Pulling strings? What do you mean strings? I ain't got no strings. I work alone. You know that, boss. Not true, Biggie. Someone has put you up to this. Someone sent you on this little temper tantrum of yours to try and kill us. You couldn't be doing this alone. No one is helping me do anything. I swear it, boss. I swear it. All right, then. I'll just assume it's all on you. Put the gun away, please, Mr. Van Johnson, please. And tell me the truth. Drop the gun, Mr. Van Johnson. Undertaker. So, whoever's helping Smalls has you working for him also. Well, well now, since you're going to die anyway, Mr. Van Johnson, you might as well know who I'm working for. I knew it. I knew you were working for someone. You couldn't be doing this on your own. I'm all ears, Smalls. Tell me. Well, Mr. Van Johnson, your old boss, Big Joe Falcone. Well, I guess the old man was right. It is someone close to me after all.
Treasure those friendships of old in your heart. Memories of dear childhood days will linger around us always. Where have those old timers gone? Where have those old timers gone?
We are here with author Elizabeth Liza. She is going to talk with us today about her book, Caden's Adventure with Faith. Thank you, Elizabeth, for being on our podcast.
Thank you so much, Lorie and Tim. It's wonderful that you've given me this opportunity to be with you today.
We are just so thrilled to speak with you. I did a little research about Caden's Adventure with Faith. I looked it up and saw what it was about. And so I'm so excited to talk to you about that. But first, tell us a little bit about yourself.
All right, so I'm Elizabeth Liza. I'm staying in Kuwait with my family. We have 2 daughters, and I'm working in IT in a company here. So I hail from India, otherwise I'm from South India, and I've been staying here for quite a number of years now. When I talk about my passion, it would be reading, writing, and music. I love singing, And when you talk about writing, I've been writing from a very young age, not professionally, but I loved writing, so I used to always keep on scribbling something or the other. Excuse me. And my journey into publishing started in 2021 with a poetry collection, The Changing Mask. And that was the year of COVID, and we were all locked down. And, so then this was there in my heart for a long time to do something about my writing, but, we never got time to settle down or sit down and think about it. So that's the year when that came into reality. So, so that was my first book. And then last week, I debuted in children's genre, and that is Caden's Adventures with Faith. It is targeted for ages age 5 to max 11, 12, right? And it talks about how to build faith and confidence in yourself and God. It's a faith-based book, right? So so that's about me.
I love the fact that it's a faith-based book. And I was reading what you sent me, and it's very important that we do teach our children that, some things are just out of our control, but that it's okay because it's all part of God's plan. And I love that that message in your book. Tell me what inspired you writing this book.
Right. So I'm a Sunday school teacher as well. So after my office work on weekends, I spend my time, talking to children. Apart from the Sunday school classes, we used to do this, motivational classes or moral lessons for the students. And also with the teenagers, we have a students' moment, so where I've been leading it, and I've been involved with children of that age. So it's something that I've been noticing for quite a lot of years, that especially this generation, how they easily succumb into trials in life when things don't go their way or don't, as per their expectations. So I was thinking, it takes years of experience in faith and your spiritual bonding with God to be strong enough to stand up to survive the ordeal. That is definitely there. But still, I felt that it is already late, and we need to equip our children, the smaller ones. We should start from there, the smaller ones, so that when they come across or the day-to-day incidents. That's why I've kept it very simple, not very complicated incidents. It's a day-to-day things that a little boy or a girl can experience either at home, in school, with friends, cousins, or so on. And what happens in their little minds. And when that happens, it's not that they're bad. If they feel jealous, it's not that you're a bad child. It happens even to a good child. And then how do I get over it? So that is what, looking around, and I felt that that need was there, and I thought I should write it down. So that is what inspired me to write this book. And actually, parents have already who've bought this book, and there would be older siblings at home, right? So they've started telling me, what, Liz, this book is beautiful, and I wish we knew this when we were small. No one used to tell us this, right? Yeah. And we had to learn it a hard way, because our parents used to say that, good happens to good, and, if you do something, if something bad happens to you, that means you've done something bad. Right. So we used to think that, oh, have I sinned? Have I done something wrong? Why is something bad happening to me? And so on. So this was like really nice to read, and for the younger children, I'm sure, and even though they're old enough, they would still relish it. And they're saying that, especially about accepting themselves, the uniqueness, they said it's really beautiful. And they keep telling me that for the older siblings, so they said there's a lot of children's books around, be it faith-based or more picture books. Chapter books are less, so this was a very warm welcome. And they said the children between 10 to 18, the books are less for them, especially about the spiritual burning and how to improve the faith. They was like, let's please write for them because they have such a complex set of emotions.
Yes.
And they really need help. So I said, okay, I'll keep that in mind. Let's see. Yeah, okay. Right.
That is very wonderful that you took that up on yourself to do that. When I was looking through like the first few pages, Caden seems like a very sweet character, and that he is not afraid to show his faith, like when he was praying, when he was doing the basketball. And I thought that was very good to go ahead and put that out front so that, and that's what we try to teach our kids, that, you can pray anywhere you are at.
Right.
And, God will hear you. You don't have to be in the church, and you don't have to, be on your knees. You could pray during a test, or you could, and stuff like that. And I like it because, and I even think that it was good maybe for, the adults to learn first before, sharing this with their kids, because I know as an adult myself, sometimes it's hard for me when things don't go my way, and it's hard to understand that. So I really do love this book. Is Caden based on someone you know?
No.
And that
Fictional character.
that is very cool too. And you said that you started writing at a young age. How old were you?
Oh, like I said, I was always found scribbling. Even in the photos of my infancy, where I'm like just holding a pen and pencil and paper in the group photos.
Right.
I would always be found in the group photos. I would be found holding a paper and pencil and scribbling something. So my mother used to say, I don't know what she sits and writes, but it's very difficult to get her attention to click the photo.
Oh,
so
how funny.
It didn't mean any sense then, but I don't know what I was doing. So from that early age, I loved writing down. And then my earliest memory is my communication with my father. So when he used to say something that I don't like, and that is when I'm in grade 1 or 2, so that's small.
Right.
And I used to write shits, and I'm angry with my father because he didn't do probably something I liked, or he didn't grant me something I asked for. I don't remember what.
Right.
But I remember writing these shit notes and passing it to him. I walk past him and I put it on his lap and I go, but I wouldn't talk to him. So, so writing has been there, I would say, from very small. But I started being, recognized for my writing skills in middle grade, probably for the essay writing competitions and articles in the school magazines. And, so it wasn't that way, but it was in my graduation that I actually started serious writing into poetry and messages, articles, and so on. Yeah,
that's great. Did you face any challenges trying to write this book, Caden's Adventure with Faith?
Oh yes. Writing, as you know, it's a self-publishing journey, and it's my debut in self-publishing. So the first book I had, given it to a publisher, so I didn't know the paying much.
Right.
As it is, yeah. So we all know writing is just the initial part of the journey, and then I was not at all comfortable with social media, putting myself up there and posting something all the time.
Yes.
So that was very difficult for me. It's still difficult. I'm still getting onto it. But but I guess that is what is required for this, in this field. Right. With respect to the story itself, I had, I wanted to portray Caden as a good boy, and that's what I've done, and bring complex emotions in him, or the negative emotions, if you say, being angry or being jealous, or all that kind of emotions in a good boy, because there's a very it's a misunderstanding or a misconception that if you say you're a good child, that child is always good. You're not expected to feel any kind of anger or rudeness, or any of that. If you say if it's a bad child, oh, that child is always jealous, is always fighting, it's not like that. Every child is good.
Right.
Every child has a varied set of emotions. So that is why I really wanted to portray that. So that was a little difficult, how to do it in the nice way,
Right.
so that children feel connected. So when they feel angry, or they feel low or stumble in life, they don't feel that, oh, I'm not bad, I am also it's fine to feel this way, and there's a way to come out of it, So, yeah, so that part of creating that conception was a little tough. I was struggling there, editing again and again and again, but yeah, I guess I reached it. Right.
Well, that is very interesting, and I know exactly what you mean about self-promoting. I am terrible at it with my book, and my husband's like, you need to get yourself out there. You need to promote yourself. And I'm like, I don't know. What if they don't like it? Or,
Yeah. I write the book. Can someone go and do the rest of the book again?
That's exactly what I said to him. I was like, I'll just write it and you do all that. And he said, but you're the writer. I'm like, I don't want to. It's scary out there.
Yeah.
Do you have an idea for another book?
Yeah, so I want to do, a part 2 for Caden itself before I move into another book. So I have an idea for around 2 or 3 books. But I was thinking of making this a series of 3 books.
Yeah.
But now I might stop at 2 for Caden at this age, and because of the requests that are coming in for teenagers, maybe I'll show Caden as a little more grown-up boy, in the part 3. That's something that I'm thinking of. I don't have any ideas about what I'll put in there yet, but because the moms of teenagers have, at least 7 to 8 moms have reached out to me saying that, Liz, please write for teenagers. So, yes, I'll start my homework there, but that would come in after 1 more book here.
That is an amazing idea to do it that way. I think that is great. So, Caden's Adventure with Faith was released just last month. Is that correct?
No, last week, I would say.
Last week?
November 21st, yeah.
Okay.
10 days back, yeah.
That is very exciting. It really is. And we can find, our listeners can find Caden's Adventure with Faith on Amazon, right?
Yes.
Where is there any other outlets that that book can be found?
As of today, it is on Amazon only, Amazon Kindle
Okay.
only. I'm still working on Ingram Spark, so that would probably go live next week. We just had a bit of struggle there, uploading, the formatting and so on. I'm still working on it. But yeah, that should be probably by the end of next week. It should be available on Ingram Spark as well.
Great. That is fantastic. Well, we are so thankful and just amazed with speaking with you. We have really enjoyed this time. And again, I just love everything about Caden's Adventure with Faith. It sounds like such a good book for smaller children. And then especially when you have another book coming out for teenagers, I think that's a great idea.
Thank you so much. It's really exciting to be on this interview because as like I said, the book is just released, so the excitement is still soaring. And then to talk about it, it was really amazing. So I was really happy that I got this opportunity to share about the book to the world. So that I hope everyone, whoever gets the copy of this book, will be touched with the content, and they can build their faith, in such a way that they can stand up strong when life is never fair, right? So when the trials hit the way, right? Yes. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Okay, guys, so that was the interview, and I think that was amazing.
She was a very, very interesting person, or is an interesting person.
I really enjoyed speaking with her, and she had a lot of interesting topics for the kids that are, struggling with just things that are in this world, and understanding that, even though bad things happen or disappointments, that it is God's plan. It's in His control, and it happens for our good.
And what amazes me about a lot of the people, especially over in the Middle East and places like that, is I love hearing about people's faith over there, because
yes,
you hear so much of one side of things, but you don't really hear the other side. There's people just like America. We have Muslims here, we have Christians here, we have Jewish people here, and you don't hear a lot about that in other countries, because a lot of the governments, they control what is released.
Exactly.
And so it's nice to actually talk to people that live in these other countries to hear their faith and what it is, and that amazes me. It always has.
Me too.
But you should definitely find her books. It's a very very good take on the subject.
Again, her book is Caden's Adventure with Faith, and it follows this little boy through. He loves basketball and everything like that, and it's just interesting to see how he grows in faith.
It's very good. So I suggest everyone, if you can, find it on Amazon. Is that what she said?
Mm-hmm.
Is Amazon,
yes.
Yeah. Okay. So remember to stay after this to get your promo code for the opportunity to get a free audio book.
Oh, and what about Eli's moment? That was good, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was interesting. I almost forgot.
Yes.
Thank you for reminding me of that. Yeah.
I like that girl.
Yep, Minnie. She's very interesting. She called. Where was she at? In Chicago?
She was in Chicago.
And she called in for the interview.
Yes. Eli, did you like talking to Minnie?
Yes.
The reception was really good.
It really was. Like she was in the room with us.
I know, it was amazing. So that was a really cool interview.
It was.
And next week we're going to have...
Well, I knew he was going to bring that up. I just knew it. I cannot pronounce his name.
It's Tundi.
Yes.
Tundi.
That's not his full name, but and he has written a book about marriage, and that should be a great interview.
Very inspiring, man. He's from Nigeria.
Yes.
He and his family moved here. His father was a polygamist. Is that what he said?
Yes.
And so he wrote a book. It's a faith-based book, right?
It definitely is about marriage between one man and one woman.
Right. So he's a very interesting guy. He's from Nigeria, lives in California.
Yes.
So he will be calling in next weekend.
Yes, I'm excited to speak with him.
So everyone, if you can, just listen to that one, because it's a very good book. Actually, I helped him publish the book with
you did?
With our publishing company.
Authors United.
Thank you. Authors United Publishing.
Authors United Publishing.
Yes, Authors United Publishing. That's it. So we published through that, and he seemed pretty happy with that. So he may talk a little bit about the experience there.
He may. Mm-hmm.
But anyway, so everyone, just tune in next time, and till then, keep those pages turning.
Here are the promo codes for this week. Remember to be the first person to use the code go to audible.com/promo code. And it is for my book, Saving Faith. Here is the United States promo code: 9, X as in X-ray, Y as in yellow, W as in William, R as in Richard, N as in Nancy, Q as in Queen, U as in umbrella, P as in Paul, P as in Paul, K as in Catherine, H as in Harry, H as in Harry. Now, for the United Kingdom code is 552, Z as in zebra, A as in apple, 7, Z as in zebra, 2, K as in Catherine, 2, B as in boy, Q as in queen, and L as in love. Good luck!